Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci.com. You're welcome for another weekly edition, stock market recap, and my top stocks to watch for the last 4 trading days in November. 2025 is just around the corner. So like, subscribe, and let's get started. As usual, we will start with a quick recap from previous week. Let's start with the SPY, of course. Ended up the week 1.76% to the upside. Inside candle, if you don't know inside candle means, inside candle is a candle that has lower high and a higher low from the candle above before it. So all the candle from the high to the low is inside the previous candle. Now, as we can see, the 585 from resistance to support, breaking above 600, we will get 637. Can we get 637 in just 24 trading days until the end of 2024? Believe it or not, 24 trading days. QQQ, same thing. Ended up the week 1.86% to the upside, but with an inside candle hanging above the 498 area together with this trend line. Long continuation, we will meet once again 515 and then 534 or even 557 by the end of 2024. 557, just under 11%. Dow Jones ended up the week on the green side with 2% to the upside. Now the 434 area, very important area of support. Long continuation above the 445. And we will see 456 and 472. Dow Jones, very, very bullish on all time frames. And we have this amazing uptrend channel. As long as we are inside this channel on the weekly time frame, one way up. IWM ended up the week with 4.5% to the upside, 228 from a major resistance since July until the first week of November. Now support from resistance to support. Always look left, trade right. That's the only way. Long continuation above 243, and then we will see 265 by the end of 2024. Bitcoin, let's talk about a Bitcoin on the weekly. From the time that I'm recording this video, as you can see, just under 12 hours until the end of this week's candle. For now, 8% to the upside. 8 is a Fibonacci number, but we need to read candles. Ignore everything else. Look at the candles. This candle, the first week of November, 16%. Very big candle. Second week of November, 11.8. A little bit smaller. Now, 8%. A little bit smaller, which means bulls are getting tired. It's a very nice bull run. We can say it's 100K. Nobody believed it. Just 2 months ago, nobody believed. 3 months ago, nobody believed it. We are at 100K. But bulls are getting tired. Now, if we dig in to the 4 hours chart, I like to look at the crypto. At the 4 hours chart, it gives me a little bit better point of view of price action. And as you can see, since Thursday, not much of a price action. 97 now needs to hold the support. Otherwise, we are back to 95. Yep, 95. Do you hear these numbers? 95 as support. Now check Ethereum on the 4 hours chart. We have this uptrend line together with the 3340 area. Needs to hold the support. Breaking down and under 33 below it. Let's check Ethereum on the daily. You tell me what you see. This is the weekly. Very nice week. We are above the downtrend channel. with 3,000 needs to hold support. And the daily Ethereum looks like this. Zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. What do we see? A potential price movement on Ethereum. We have a potential double top on Ethereum. If you don't know what is a double top is a bearish. This is double top. Very similar to the letter M. And you can see the similarity over here. You have an uptrend, pullback, bounce, same area. Now, 3,200 needs to hold support. Below it, 3,000. Below 3,000, we are back to 23.55. I don't say it will happen, but we need to prepare for both scenarios. Long continuation, of course, above the 3,500, and next is 38 and 42. Let's check Apple. Apple on the weekly ended up with 2% to the upside, but not much of a price action on Apple since August. Nothing much, stuck between the 218 and the 232 area. Let's see continuation above 232, and then we will see 237 and above it 252 by the end of 2024. Nvidia ended up the week on the zero, as you can see over here. Zero on the weekly. This is how Nvidia went Thursday and Friday. We had this major tail, this major week to the downside on Thursday, and then came Friday. If you see these kind of weeks to the downside or to the upside, you need to identify them and you need to consider them as gaps. More than 85% of all gaps will get filled. Also, these kind of weeks, more than 90%, 95% of these kind of weeks will get filled, and they will get filled very, very quickly, much more quickly than gaps. Usually it takes 1 or 2 candles, and these kind of weeks are getting filled. Now you have a double multi-bottom, multi-top scenario on Nvidia. All this area, the 150 area, very, very tough resistance. We are now at the neckline of this M scenario. Multi-top, double top, it's an M scenario, breaking below the 140, and we are back 132 on Nvidia. Microsoft ended up the week with a doji of a trend line, and as we can see, Microsoft price action is getting tighter and tighter since July. It will break to the downside or to the upside. To the upside, if you're looking to enter Microsoft, in my opinion, only above 432 area, and then 441, 443, 453, and 467. But overall, bearish on 3 out of 4 time frames. Microsoft looks very, very weak, breaking below the 409, 390, next support. Netflix, what a week, 9% to the upside. And if you follow me here on YouTube or on Twitter, all the links in the description below, you know that I'm covering Netflix for a very long time, and I always say it's in my opinion one of the most underrated, underappreciated name out there, especially from the big names. Look at Netflix year to date, amazing. Year to date, 1 second, where it went over here, year to date 85%. Last week, all the market with a doji inside candle, red. Netflix 9%, broke above an uptrend channel. 2.5 years of an uptrend channel, Netflix broke above it, which means bulls are getting stronger and stronger. I will not be surprised if next week, this week, the last week of November, we will get some kind of a retracement inside weekly candle, retesting the 850 area, but overall long continuation, and we might get 1,000 and above it by the end of 2024. Amazon, second week in a row on the red side. Now we also have lower highs, lower lows on the weekly, which means no long entry on Amazon. And of course, everything that you see and hear is my opinion only. I'm not a financial advisor. I merely bring you my point of view on the technical side. 8 years of experience I'm sharing with you. And if you want to learn from a professional trader how to read price action, how to use Fibonacci like professionals, how to use trend lines and multi-time frames, all you need to do is check the links in the description below. Choose your program, whether you want the one-on-one mentorship program or you want the same thing pre-recorded, the expert online program. Both programs are the same. One is live, one is pre-recorded. Both will gain you lifetime access, support, guidance from me. I'm available to you almost 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, and all Discord channels, and the FTI. Just one click away, and 2025 will be one of the best year you had so far. Even if you have experience, you always want to get better, right? I will teach you from my experience, my tools, your success. Meta ended up the week on the green side, 0.9 with a doji off of the 50% retracement, but overall nothing much on Meta. We still see each candle that goes by, we have lower lows breaking below the 550. We will see 536 and 520. If you're looking for a nice clean entry on Meta, in my opinion, look at the daily, also looks nasty. We are inside red downtrend channel. In my opinion, only above, for now, above 580. Google, with all the noise surrounding, we had 4.5% to the downside, 50% retracement. Once again, Fibonacci price action follows Fibonacci and trend lines. And if we take trend line low to low to low, and we have this uptrend channel, we might see Google going all the way to 158, maybe 154, before bulls will try to gain power once again. Tesla on the weekly gained almost 10%. Now the 324 area is the support. Long continuation above 361, and in my opinion, we will see new all-time highs on Tesla before the end of this year. Palantir, after 2 weeks together, 52% to the upside came last week, 2% to the downside. Doji, inside candle, and you remember what we talked about, these kind of tails, wicks. In my opinion, next week, the last 4 days of November, this tail will get filled, 90% chance. So if you're looking for a nice entry or re-entry to Palantir, in my opinion, we need to wait. Coin ended up another week. Look at these two dojis on the weekly on Coin. Every week, last week, this week, same price action. Going up, and then comes previous week, it was Wednesday. Last week, it was Thursday, taking everything down. And what do we see on Coin? Double top scenario, multi-top scenario of the 334 area. 278 needs to hold support. Below it, 239. And below it, 197. SMCI, overall 78% on the weekly. We got ourselves the buy signal from the FTI. First buy signal since April. 7 months of a downtrend, sell signal, and now finally we got ourselves the buy signal. Is this the time to enter SMCI? Breaking above, holding above 34 on the daily, and we can start. If you don't have SMCI long position yet, don't feel FOMO. If it's starting, it's only the beginning. Just look left. It went from 120 to 17. So even if we take at 36, 37, and it will go to 49, which is the next major resistance, it's already 34%. Not bad at all. And of course, if it goes more up, you have so many gaps to the upside. You have the 51. You have another gap over here at the 65. You have another gap at the 87. And as you know, more than 85% of all gaps will get filled. Micro strategy on the weekly, nasty candle. Nasty candle. But on the positive side, you have this week. This tail to the upside. And same as we said, tails to the upside or to the downside, 90-95% chance will get filled the next candle or the next two candles. AMD on the weekly, nothing much, continues to be not interesting. As you can see, 132 area, very important area of support. We have 3 out of 4 time frames on the bearish side with a doji now. Can this doji represent what might be a trend reversal? In my opinion, it's too soon to establish a trend reversal. Let's see next week how the monthly November will end up. Shopify with an inside candle. Doji after previous week 24%. Doji bulls took some rest. And as long as Shopify is above the Y trend line, even above the 97 area, uptrend back towards the 115 and then 146. Don't go anywhere. We still have the top stocks to watch for the coming week. So like, subscribe, and let's talk top stocks. ROK, Rockwell Automation. We got ourselves the buy signal last Friday. 288 now needs to hold the support. Long continuation. We have this gap at the 302. Above it, 316. And then another gap over here at the 328. Next, we have Dell Technologies, of course, still with a buy, bullish on all time frames, uptrend until proven otherwise. We might get some kind of a pullback of the 146 area, the upper border of this uptrend channel. Just look left and trade right. Every time price is getting to the upper border of this uptrend channel, this uptrend line, Dell gets some kind of a pullback. But as long as we are above the 139, Dell continues to the upside. 151, 159, and then towards this gap at the 165. CRWD, CrowdStrike holding, broke last Friday an uptrend channel. There is nothing more bullish than breaking above an uptrend channel. Long continuation above previous week's highs, and we are set to go. New all-time highs on CrowdStrike, 393 and 420. Starbucks finally broke consolidation with a massive candle on Friday, 244 to the upside. Ended up Friday at the high of the week. Long continuation, 104 and 107, above 107, and then we have another gap over here at the 112. More than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled. PayPal ended up Friday 2.3%. We got ourselves the buy signal, bullish on all time frames. Now let's see continuation. 88 is the next resistance. Above it, 91 and 95. Can we get once more retesting the upper border of this uptrend channel where we can assume, nobody has the crystal ball, we can assume, as you can see. Now, let's take it from here to here, 95. This is how we do it. If you want to learn how to do it like professional, how to identify where price might be heading next. I don't care where price came from, I care. But as traders, what do we want? Where to enter, where to put our stop loss, and to identify with the highest probability where price might be heading next. And this is how we do it in the Fibonacci Traders Academy. Check the links in the description below. Choose your path. The one-on-one mentorship or the online master expert program. Both programs are the same. Both programs I will teach you how to become profitable trader with my experience, 8 years of experience, my tools, my experience, your success, and with lifetime access. Yes, you heard me right. Lifetime access, of course, to the program, to the Discord, and to the FTI. Lifetime access. XYL with a nice double bottom scenario. Let's continue. I want to see break up and above the 127, holding above the 127, and then you have this gap at the 129, above it 132 and 135. HD, Home Depot, same as Netflix, super underrated. Last Friday ended up on the high of the closed at the high of the candle, which means the high of the week. After several days, 2 weeks of consolidation, came Friday, broke up and above, bullish on all time frames, new all time high. Next leg up, 430, 444, and now we can take this leg and assume we can do it also from here or from here. I'm more of a conservative. Let's do it from here. 160, 155, 160. Incoming. Ball Corporation also with a double bottom scenario. We got also have the buy signal last Friday. Long continuation, we have 62. 60 to the upside. Above it, 65. DE, Deere & Company, the Tesla of the heavy machinery. Very, very strong week. Let's check the weekly. Look at this weekly. 12% to the upside. The weekly is more interesting on DE than the daily. Recognize the pattern. Sideways move, break. Sideways move. Now let's see, can we get all the way to 700? Not tomorrow, not next month. By the end, maybe in summer of 2026, maybe 4. Let me know in the comments below. Do you hold DE? If so, congratulations. If not, why not? APLD last week gained 36% to the upside. Tamir, did we miss this bull run on APLD? Not even close. Look where APLD came from. From 30. I don't say it will go all the way to 30, but you have this kind of week over here that can take you all the way to 25, 26. And we know, because this is how price acts, we know that these kind of weeks are like gaps. More than 85 of them will get filled throughout time. So even if we take APLD 10 or even 11.30 or even 12 all the way to 25, more than 100% gains. Not bad at all. The Honest Company, amazing, just amazing. Just in the past 2 weeks, 75%, just 2 weeks. Tamir, did we miss Honest Company? And my answer is not even close, because my top stocks that I give you here, I check the A+ setups. I don't just give you stocks to follow. I give you A+ setups. The Honest Company, look left, came all the way from 24. I don't say it will go to 24, but if it will go only to 11, 40% to the upside. MongoDB, MDB, what a week. With 18.85% to the upside. At the upper border of this uptrend channel, some kind of consolidation, maybe sideways move, maybe retesting the 312 area will be very, very healthy, but long continuation, breaking above, and if bulls will keep the momentum, 366 and 403. Peloton, ladies and gentlemen, remember this company, remember this name, one of the biggest name just 4 or 5 years ago during COVID. It was 171. Now it went all the way down to 2.5 and now it's already at 9. No, we did not miss it. Above the 950, it's a very tough resistance, but breaking above it, next major resistance is the 1323. Just imagine taking at the 10 all the way to 1340 already, more than 30% gains. And if, just if, it will continue to the upside to 18, just imagine. No need to imagine. Price, you need to embrace. Price likes to go back to the areas it came from. How do we know it? Just look at Peloton. Look at PTON. It came from here, went all the way up, and back to the same area. So, if we learn from something from history, maybe Peloton, I don't say it will go all the way to the 180, 170 area because it was a really hype, like a meme stock. But even if it will go all the way to 82, major resistance on the weekly, you have the 82 and you have also the 60. Also here, 35. These are the major resistance. You have more resistance, of course, but these are the major resistance on Peloton. Also over here at 18. So if we take Peloton 10 or even 11 and it goes all the way to 18, 60%. 1 year later, 2 years later, 37. Already 240%. Check the links in the description below, ladies and gentlemen. I assure you, you will find what you're looking for. I will give you all my experience, all my tools, and a lifetime support and guidance, everything that you need. Even if you take a break for 1 year and you come back to me after 1 year, after you took the mentorship program or the online expert program, I will be here for you. I will not let you go before you will become a profitable trader. Check the links in the description below. Join me today. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you found it helpful, educational. If so, like, subscribe, check the links in the description below. Join me today so you will get fully prepared for 2025. Until the next video, stay safe.